Hello, I will present about my case study analysis for assignment 2. First, I will talk about the table of contents. The first part is about the problem summary. Second part is about analysis. The third part is about the potential solutions for the problem in the case study. The fourth part is about my recommended solutions. And the final part is the technical demonstration. For the first part, I will summarize the problem. So if in the case study, an attacker exploited a vulnerability in the Papaya Bank network to access the customer login credential and sensitive data. So it was found out that the culprit used a malicious software to exploit customer information and account. So the attacker also posted the customer information on illegal website, thereby exposing their sensitive data. Is also indicated that other customer will also export their their private data. So this key underscore the importance of robust cyber security measures and constant awareness to counter the evolving danger of cyber threat. So now I will talk about my analysis. So according to the case study, the initial cause of the cyber incident is a vulnerability in the bank system. So this weak point provided an entry point for the attacker to gain unauthorized access to customer account. So um, so the use of various transaction amount make it difficult to detect the activity of the criminals. So this also suggests that the attacker had a clear strategy to evade detections. This exposure of sensitive data can have severe consequences including identity theft and further criminal activity. Also, the delayed detections of the abnormal transactions of the cause more financial loss to the victim. The bank only relied the unauthorized transaction after the victim noticed the activity and reported it. In brief, the cyber incident in the case study can be attributed to a combination of network vulnerabilities, compromised login credentials, exploitations of security weaknesses using malicious software, delay detections, and data exposures. Now I will present about the control chart. Um, in the control chart, I will analyze the transaction price, the IP address, and the locations of the order, the payment, and the shipping, and as well a summary and some analysis of the control chart. Um, for the first chart, the transaction log, I have found out that there are three user accounts with some usual transaction activities. They are uh, the account number 2, number 3, and number 9. To start up, I will talk about the number 2. So for the transaction price um, of this control charts, it's vary widely, ranging from 23 to 70. However, there's an order on June 21 with a payment amount of $23, which is below the LCL line. It can be indication of a problem or an unusual event. Um, for the IP address, uh, the IP address 1.1.1.11 was used for most of the transactions, which is quite a consistency. However, there's an IP address number 1.1.1.19. This could be an anomaly or it could be a legitimate change in IP address for the locations. Most of the transactions are in Saigon. So, however, there is also one geolocation in Hanoi. But the payment and the shipping location are consistent, so it can minimize the probability the chance that this transaction is a threat. However, there's one exception where the order and payment location are in Saigon, but the shipping location is in Phuket. So this location only appear one time, which could suggest a discrepancy between the payment location, the shipping location, and the IP geolocation. So in brief, the control chart for customer ID2 reveals several notable observations. There's one simple transaction with the order ID 1251, which is on June 21, but the price of this order is $23 below the LCL line, and the shipping location of this transaction is entirely different from the recorded pattern. Also, the IP address is also different for this order from the other orders. Only this one has a very different IP address. So it could indicate that these accounts have been like has been unauthorized access by the attacker. So to move on, I will talk about the control chart for customer ID 3. So the price data for this customer shows significant fluctuation over time. The price ranging from as low as 29 to as high as 79. This suggests that the customer purchasing behavior is inconsistent and range wide. You can see that is stay on top, soon it go down and it fluctuated. But the IP address of this one is very consistent, so there's no problem with the location is it follow a similar pattern. So I think it also have no problem with the locations. In summary, this control chart only show very significant price fluctuations. So this may be a sign of issue, or the variation in price is only due to the behavior of the account owners. But it still shows some sign for the customer ID number 9. The transaction price is very considerably from $28 to 81. This indicate that the customer purchase behavior is quite a lot. And also there is one order that nearly exceeded the UCL line. For the IP address and locations, this had no problem. In summary, there are no issue with the IP address and location. However, the control chart for customer ID 9 shows significant price fluctuations with one order point close to the upper control limit. So this can indicate potential issues or anomalies in the customer transaction. So now I will talk about the risk assessment. So for the first threat is malicious software exploitation. I give 5 for the occurrence. The impact is 8 and integer is 40. To explain for this number, to illustrate the reason. So the attacker can get, so by using malicious software, the attacker can gain access to the customer account. Also, they can exploit the vulnerability which allow them to steal or manipulate private data, install a backdoor or plant other types of malware. Additionally, after accessing a network host, the attacker could use it to break into other hosts on the same network, which could cause more devastating consequences to one's financial status. So for the second threat is unauthorized access. The occurrence is 6, the impact is 8, and the risk score is 48. To explain for this goal, I will point out the statistics. I have researched. So according to the information, the percentage of breaches due to unauthorized access in 2018 was only 34%, but the number had increased to by the year 2021. So it means that this type of cyber intrusion is gaining interest. Besides financial loss, unauthorized access can result in data loss, identity theft, reputational damage, and disruption of business. So the consequences can be critical for small and medium companies if there are non-appropriate measurements, or even for large institutions if the attack is severe. So for the third breach, which is data breach, I give the occurrence for 7, potential impact 9, and the risk score is 63 because this risk is very common. From the statistics I have discovered, data breach is one of the most common type of cyber issues. In only the year 2018, there were more than 1,200 breaches that exposed 446.5 million records in the United States. Moreover, the number of data breaches in 2021 had increased by 17% compared with the incident records in 2020. Data breach can cause serious financial loss. The cost can include compensating affected consumers, investing the breach, and a lot more. The global average cost of a data breach experienced an increase from 4.24 million in 2021 to 4.35 million in 2020, and the cost is likely to increase in the future. Furthermore, the threat can lead to the temporary operation shutdown of an organization and the loss of sensitive data. The organizations need to shut down for days or weeks for conducting investigation into how the incident occurred and what system was accessed, which information was still. If a data breach resulted in the loss of sensitive personal data, the consequence can be severe. For example, the in the in a hospital, right, if the medical records of patient were deleted, then it could have a serious effect on the treatment of their disease, which could involve their life. So, what a potential solution for? I will illustrate the solution for data breach because it's a very common cyber threat. So, the first solution is using multi-factor authentications or MFA. So this mechanism is vital in protecting data from unauthorized access and ensuring that the banking system can operate efficiently without interruptions. So commonly, this system would have two levels of authentications. The first level is the password of the users, and the second level is information related to the users, like the biometric data, or it can be their physical unit, or some secret informations the of the users. In particular, the login information should also consider the strength of the password. Like it should be uppercase, have special character or numbers in order to like maximize this system. The password lifespan should be shortened, so it would require the customer to regularly change the password to, so it would provide higher protections over the customer account. Um, Also, um, multi-factor authentications can also have a lot more level of authentications depending on the purpose of the organizations. Now I will talk about the second solutions, which is the firewall system. A firewall is a security system that acts as a barrier to monitor and control incoming and outgoing network traffic based on a predefined security rules. So firewalls can prevent unauthorized access, filter out potentially harmful data packets, and block or allow traffic based on a specified criteria. So the criteria can be um, defined by the organizations. depending on the use and their purpose. So in general, there are two types of firewalls: the hardware firewall and the software one. The hardware firewall is built inside a device, such as a routers, so it will protect the whole network, whereas the software firewall can only protect one single computer. So in order to maximize maximize the firewall system, um, it would recommend to encompass both hardware and software components. Um, Now I will moving on to the third solution, which is monitoring privileged users. So for individual working within a bank, monitoring the activities uh, of the inner users is an effective strategy to safeguard data integrity and tracking insider with intentions of compromising the bank system information. So by implementing these measures, it could offer significant support to the overall system security. First, it would enable early threat detections, allow the bank to quickly identify irregular and suspicious activity. Also, moreover, the analysis of user activity can provide insight into potential weaknesses in the bank's security infrastructures. Also, the recorded user activity can serve as evidence for legal proceedings, ensuring a strong case against individuals attempting to compromise customer data. Now, I will move on to the intrusion prevention system measures. So, this system is able to detect intrusion and protect confidential data in the system. By applying these measures, the bank system could be able to accurately detect potential intrusions while minimizing false alarm. So this system play a very important role in cost reductions and mitigating the impact of attacks or intrusions. Furthermore, the implementations of the highly stable solution enhance network performance and attack preventions. By applying these measures, it would minimize many cyber threats, but there is a common challenge associated with IPS: the occurrence of false positive and false negative. However, this problem can be solved by using multiple detection techniques and thorough IPS training to create a good IPS. For the final solutions, by regularly conducting security awareness training, institutions can protecting their data access and private information more efficiently. So um, this type of training can offer numerous benefits in strengthening the institution's security. First, firstly, this type of training they can provide the employees with knowledge about potential threat, so it could increase their awareness with significantly reduce risk of falling victims. Also, they would be able to identify irregular issues quickly, and it would allow early threat detections. Secondly, the measures can provide a competitive advantage for Babaya Bank in the industry. The bank with a robust security awareness program can highlight that they highly prioritize the customer's sensitive information, so this can be used as a powerful selling point by mm, showing that the bank are very focused on the security measures. Um, it can attract more customers. And finally, the applications of this training can assist in creating a culture of continuous improvement within the institutions. By regularly training employees and customers, the bank can adapt and enhance its security practice over time, like, and they can be more agile and well prepared to counter new and evolving cybersecurity challenges effectively. Now I will talk about the recommended solution. By applying the measurement from the potential solution part, it will fundamentally improve the current system security and threat defense. To address these concerns effectively, Papaya Bank should consolidate these solutions, ensuring they align with the proposed mechanism and continuously adapt to the rapid development of high technology and evolving threats. Now we talk about the Gantt chart and the potential cost. So this is the Gantt chart. So these are device security measures I have proposed. So in order to accomplish the part, it will take some day. This is the durations, and this is the start time. This is the end time. The NFA will be during the September, and in order to finish the firewall, this would about the end of the September to the end of October. After that, we will move on to the user activity monitoring system, which will finish at the middle of November. And after that, we will move on with the IPS. It will finish, uh, the system can be finished um, at the 10th of December. And for the final security measures, will start from the the end of the IPS system, from the IPS, and continues until about the 9th of January. So now I will also talk about the potential cost of in order to apply all the security measures into the bank system. So for the first solutions, potential cost could be can be the initial setup cost. So in order to set up the system, it would take some financial resources, uh, not only for the initial preparations and the setup, but also for the ongoing maintenance and regularly updates for the system. Um, Also, in order to like use the system effectively, um, it would require pro- pro- educate educating program for the customer as well as customer support. For the second measures, so the potential cost can is similar to the first one. Um, it would cost for the configuring advanced firewall hardware and software, as well as the ongoing maintenance and monitoring costs. For the third solutions, it could take some financial resource for setting up the system. Uh, Also, it would require training IT staff and administration to be able to uh, implement and monitor the system. Uh, the costs also associated with ensuring compliance with privacy regulations. So using this system can somehow violate the privacy of the employees. So uh, so the institutions should also they, um, create the regulations to prevent um, the use of the privacy information outside of the institutions. For the IPS, because it's the the initial investment in the IPS hardware and software, the ongoing update and maintenance, as well as the advances related to IPS training and education. For the final measures, uh, the cost can be about creating and delivering training materials, Also, it could take some cost for employing and to conduct employee and customer training program. Also, maintaining and updating training programs also needed. First, I will perform the ping scan. First, I will choose the ping scan. Then I will choose the target. Now I will start scanning. So here is the result. Uh, so the ping scan um, is a basic network technique that allows us to determine which hosts are online. So it's very useful for quickly identifying live hosts on the network. Secondly, I will present about the regular scan. A regular scan, also known as vanilla scan, is a more comprehensive scan that not only detects live hosts but also try to identify open ports and services running on those hosts. Now I will start a regular scan. So if I finish, you can see the port right here, and it's state like open, close, and the type of service app is running on. Okay. So for the final demo in the Nmap scanner, I will do for the intent scan. So an intent scan, also known as a full scan, is a more aggressive scan that includes a wide range of tests to gather detailed information about the public host. It may take longer to complete compared to a regular scan or a ping scan, but it will provide more comprehensive results. So when the scan finishes, it will provide detailed information about open ports, services, operating system details, and the version information for the running services. We have mhm. Here we can see the post-state service versions. Um, and right here we can see the trace route, the address, the ping. Now I will do a demo scan using over that. So is it the URL of the website? I will uh, do the scan on. Now I will start do this. Then now I will that and then generate a. So this is the report for our. We can see the summary of the risk right here. Um, this for medium risk but with high confidence. Uh, and here are the problems that we found from the scan. Um, so let's inspect this one.
So I will click on this to get more information about the problem. Uh, so from this we can see that um, protection mechanism failure. We can see the meaning of these issues is the product does use or incorrectly use a protection mechanism that provide sufficient defense against direct attack against the product. So here we can see further of the issue. We can see that this problem was raised by the passive scan. Now we move on to inspect another problem. This one, uh, this is information exposures. Um, this problem would put the sensitive information of the website to an unauthorized actors. The unauthorized actor will be able to access to the information or inside the website. So we can have more extended descriptions of the problem. Is so these are the demonstration example, which error are the errors in our code that cause the problem.